The season has went by a lot, but I just wanted to do this first time in a while. First time in a long time, actually. So we got JMU, Texas State. Let's go, dude.
But in order for the SEC to
Go
get to 5,
Dukes.
they need Georgia to beat Georgia Tech. They need Vandy to win out and finish the season 11-1. They need Ole Miss to hold serve and win out as a favorite in each of the next few games, finish 11-1. So there's a handful of opportunities for the SEC to get 5 in, but there's very, very few chances for the Big Ten to get more than 3 in, and almost all of it is dependent on what happens in the ACC and the Big 12 championship race.
Book, you think the Big Ten has the best
Greg
teams?
is saying,
You think the best teams are in the Big Ten, Book?
yeah, absolutely, Rich. I think overall, when you look at the 2 best teams, Ohio State, Indiana, I think they're in the Big Ten. I think what Greg is speaking of is the SEC is deeper when you talk about maybe getting 5 teams in, and when you look at Vandy and Ole Miss and Georgia and Alabama, like those teams are deep in that conference. But I do think if you're in the Big Ten, I don't think the Big Ten is you need more than 3 teams in. I think getting 4 would be a reach, especially if we start talking about the USC.
You guys want to watch it? It's on ESPN
3
too.
teams is very, very attainable by the Big Ten.
If the Big Ten's going to have a shot here, Michigan plays Ohio State later in the season. They got to win that game. USC plays Oregon later in the season. They got to win that game. That will be the argument for the 4th team. Other than that, it looks like the Big Ten is going to be a 3-team league. The SEC is.
I think the Big Ten should have more than the SEC.
Everybody else is just an understatement.
Personally.
I could see them getting 5, but you're right, Greg. It's going to depend on what happens with Notre Dame. Every conference in the country is rooting for Notre Dame to get another loss.
Well, that's the thing. You look at the depth, and all the Big Ten cares about is maybe finishing with that trophy for the 3rd straight year. A reminder, next week, the official rankings come out from the College Football Playoff Selection Committee. And also a reminder, on November 18th, we will be at Madison Square Garden for the Champions Classic. We'll bring you that week's rankings from between games in Champions Classic. Look forward to next week. We'll see you then.
Hello.
It's a good road crowd for one of the hottest teams in college football. James Madison, who has won 5 in a row here at San Marcos, Texas. Take on a Texas State team still searching for their first conference win of the season. It's a Sun Belt showdown to kick off Week 10 of the college football season as we welcome you to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Ram Trucks. Should be a good one. The James Madison Dukes in town to take on the Texas State Bobcats. Hi, everybody. Who's ready for some college football on a Tuesday night? Rocky Boyman, Jay Alter with you. When you take a look at this James Madison team, they're doing everything they need to. Rocky, 5 wins in a row. Perfect. It's Sun Belt play. If they keep winning, they could find themselves in the college football playoff.
It's almost November, right? It's when things start to shake itself out here, just about another month of the season. And yes, James Madison is in that conversation. Some things have to shake out in the American Conference, but for them, they just got to keep winning. We're coming off an emphatic win where they put up 63 points last week against ODU. They got to keep it going tonight.
And the one thing that has been consistent for James Madison all season long is the Dukes defense. They have been really dialed in on that side of the ball.
And Jay, the key to James Madison is they have depth, which is such a luxury anymore in college football. They'll rotate 9 or 10 guys on that defensive line. They create a lot of havoc. They get after you, and then those guys in the back make a ton of plays for them. So they're a swarming group that they have. And again, rotating those guys in, ferocious unit they have.
Now this JMU defense, they have been one of the most consistent and dominant units in the entire nation. Holding opponents, look at that, on average 237 yards per game. You contrast that with this Texas State offense, Rocky. And the Bobcats, the one thing they've been able to do is move the ball down the field.
They move the ball down the field. They move it down the field a lot. They score a lot of points, put up a ton of yards. And G.J. Kinney, the head coach, he knows how to coach offense, and his theme is get the ball to playmakers. Guys like that. Bo Sparks, one of the most exciting wide receivers in the Sun Belt Conference. He's been putting up big yardage all year long. Brad Jackson, their quarterback, I think is one of the better quarterbacks in this conference. They got a great run game. They are led by their offense. They get a little help from that defense tonight, Jay. They can make this a ball game.
They have had 12 plays this season of 50 yards or more. The explosives will be on tap on a Tuesday night for this explosive Bobcat offense. We're looking forward to a good one. A Sun Belt showdown to help kick off Week 10 of the college football season on a Tuesday night. We'll have kickoff from San Marcos.
Oh yeah, Gannon Weathersby.
Every Sunday night, he can't sleep. But not this Sunday.
When you really need to sleep, ZQL has no equal. Get the deeply restorative sleep you need. ZQL, not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep.
Social media. I guess we can try it.
Hi, Grace. Today I'm going to be
Grace, honey, they only get one childhood. Don't let social media control it. Kids take phones and watches with no internet, no social media, and no worries. Gab, safely connected.
This is the story of the one who knows well-prepared workdays take off smoothly and land right on time. That's why he counts on Grainger. With next-day delivery and professional-grade products, Grainger helps ensure he, his crew, and thousands of passengers fly through the day like clockwork. Call or click Grainger.com or just stop by. Grainger,
College
for the
football
ones
party
who get
all
it
night
done.
long.
Almost ready for kickoff between James Madison and Texas State. Now, before the season, this was built as a potential preview of a Sun Belt championship game. Both teams picked high in their respective divisions before the season. James Madison, they held their end of the bargain. Texas State, shockingly, 0-3. And you don't even want to know how they lose these games. This is like a Monday night Scott Van Pelt bad beats. They had a lead in all three of Sun Belt games in the fourth quarter. Arkansas State scores on the last play of the game. Then the next week they go to Troy, lose in overtime. And then the one against Marshall might have been the most heartbreaking of all. They go down in double overtime.
Yeah, it's just been heartbreakers. They got to figure out a way to close games out. That's what DJ Kinney told us yesterday. They know their offense is going to perform, but they need some critical stops late in that game to get the victory.
So can Kinney's team find a way at home with the Sun Belt's toughest team so far? James Madison, who is unbeaten in Sun Belt play, in the driver's seat to get to that Sun Belt championship game, but you have to keep winning. They'll have to do it tonight on the road on a Tuesday night.
Let's go.
The wind a factor in this one. We have gusts up to 35 miles per hour here in Texas. James Madison right now kicking with the wind behind them. Texas State ready to receive. We are underway. And this will predictably, with that gust of wind, go for a touchback. So week 10 of the college football season is underway on a Tuesday night, and we get our first look at Brad Jackson and his Texas State offense.
And I'll tell you what, Jay, he's been incredible this year. Just a redshirt freshman, but a guy 70% completion percentage. I mean, the dude is accurate, and he's got the playmakers to get the ball to. You'll see in this offense, it's high tempo. You know, they spread the field out, they'll run the ball, bubble screens, then shots downfield. It's an electric group they have.
Lincoln Perry in the backfield.
Now get upstairs.
Averaging more than 5 yards per carry. Again, offense has not been the problem for Texas.
Yep. Swiller. Yeah.
Now this Duke's defense, we
Swiller.
talked a moment ago, but they have been dialed in from the start. One of the most consistent units in all of college football. They are the only defense in the country that have held every opponent this season to under 300 yards.
Absolutely incredible.
2nd and 10. Jackson, quick hitter.
All right, I'll take it.
To the tight end.
I'll take it.
Blake Smith for a gain of
Go.
5.
I'll take it.
He's been out for a couple of weeks with an injury. It's good to see him back. And you're going to see this offense tonight. It is heavy on 2 players. Number 1, Chris Dawn, and number 11, Bo Sparks. Ball's going to go to them.
There's Graham.
Empty set on a 3rd and 5. The redshirt freshman Jackson in trouble. Flushed out to his right. He's got plenty of speed. Picks up the first down. Gain of 6 with the slide.
It's all good.
Keep the opening drive alive.
And Jay, and there's fast, and then there's fast. Brett Jackson has legit speed, and maybe not all the moves and the jukes and stuff, but he can flat put him down.
And after picking up that first down, you saw Jackson immediately try and get this Bobcats offense into their tempo.
Yeah, this is where they really thrive, in the up-tempo, fast, run a play, get up to the line, call another one.
Jackson play action, bobble ball.
Yeah! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about! There we go, DJ! There we go, DJ! There we go, DJ!
DJ Barksdale in perfect
Yeah!
position.
Ooh!
Jalen Evans
Ooh!
might not even come off his helmet.
There we go, DJ!
It hit him right on the money, and it just pops up in the air and off his face mask.
Go, DJ!
He's
Go,
kind of
DJ!
their third go-to wide receiver guy with some incredible style. I think they're going to try to get him going early, and this is just a pretty simple
There we go.
screen pass and off his hands and into the hands of the Dukes.
And what a microcosm on the season.
Go,
Two
DJ.
teams going in opposite
DJ.
directions, both preseason favorites.
DJ!
In the Sun Belt,
Let's go, AB.
JMU, 5 wins in a row. The ball's bouncing their way. Texas State, 3
Go,
straight
AB.
losses. The ball's bouncing away from them. So a short field for Alonzo Barnett.
And Pia.
This Duke's offense.
Okay, it's fine.
You know, Barnett's coming off his best performance of the season. 4 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns.
Okay.
They put 63 points on Old Dominion last time out.
Yeah, you think accounted for 6 total touchdowns. Sun Belt Conference Offensive Player of the Week by a landslide. And we called that game, Jay. He was incredible, especially with his legs. That's something that's come on more and more. He had that ACL injury late last season, but those legs now are finally underneath him and a true weapon.
Opening drive starting the Texas State territory. Now
What was that?
This one falls incomplete.
And Jay, I'm wondering if this wind is playing havoc in some of this passing game. We saw the incomplete or the interception where Brad Jackson threw it to Kylan Evans. That ball might have been
What
affected a
are
little
we
bit, and that's
doing?
right there. This gusty wind affecting this football.
Well, we said it before kickoff, but gusts up to 35 miles per hour, consistently in the 20s tonight. Already a couple tipped balls, one that led to a JMU interception. Alonzo Barnett and the Duke's offense trying to capitalize. They've got a 3rd and 10 here. Barnett surveys. Nobody open, decides to just tuck and run it. Well defended by Texas State.
It's all good.
No gain. Bobby Crosby came up to make the stop, and now a decision to make.
Go for it.
You're in no man's land here if you're head coach Bob Chesney.
Or not. I don't like that we didn't throw it
The guy
all.
you gotta watch right there is the defensive end, number 2, Khalil Alexander, and you'll see why. He gets off that ball, and he is flat coming. Good lockout, tenacious, high motor to quarterback. He forces Barnett outside the pocket. Now forcing the punt.
But James Madison took over at the 43-yard line of Texas State, didn't gain a yard, and punted away. That's a missed opportunity for the Dukes after the opening drive interception.
Yeah, it is.
Brad Jackson and the Bobcats offense have the ball when we come back.
How did I get here? A grandma with vision loss from wet AMD. Riding across the desert. It started when Vabysmo opened up my world. I was worried I was losing sight of the world around me. But my doctor recommended Vabysmo. Vabysmo is different. It's the only treatment thought to block 2 causes of wet AMD. I was so excited when my granddaughter asked me to ride across the desert with her, knowing that Vabysmo improves vision and delivers a chance for up to 4 months between treatments.
Vabysmo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection, active eye swelling, or are allergic to it. Vabysmo could cause eye infection, retinal detachment, temporary increase in eye pressure, an uncommon risk of heart attack or stroke, or severe swelling of blood vessels in the eye. Report changes to vision or eye pain to your doctor or retina specialist right away.
Now I've got my sights set on the road ahead. Open up your world with Vabysmo.
Ask a retina specialist about Vabysmo.
Look, Mom.
Wow! Ugh, wish I bought Dixie. These weak store brand plates turn hard work into heartbreak.
Next time, get Dixie Ultra Plates. 3 times stronger than the leading store brand. Dixie, make it right.
This is the Emirates Premium Economy seat.
Okay.
Economy. Perhaps they need to call it something else.
Dad, this guy says that we act like Gillette Labs is some miracle, but it's just another razor?
Gillette Labs ain't a miracle, but it sure as heck ain't my old razor.
It's Gillette's best shave. And with up to 30 shaves per cartridge, I'm spending less. Its ultra-sharp blades last 50% longer.
And give you a fresh blade feeling time after
Time after time after time. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Keeps getting better.
Keeps getting better.
I checked Allstate first, saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I didn't check to see if anyone was watching before I stole cotton candy from a child. Checking Allstate first was really smart. Not checking the Jumbotron, not smart. Well, at least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds. Was it worth it? Yeah.
Stop playing with me.
Week 10 of the college football season beginning with James Madison at Texas State. Rocky Boyman, Jay Alter with you. 2 drives in under 2 minutes to start this game. The win is clearly a factor.
Big time here tonight, and I think it was a big factor on that drive for JMU. I think I would have liked to see them hand the ball off and try to run it a little more right there. Get the ball in the 43-yard line and put 2 in the air, incomplete.
Texas State opening drive, a tip ball resulted in an interception. James Madison takes over at the Texas State 43-yard line. They don't gain a single yard in 3 plays. They passed on all 3 of them and came up empty.
I think in that much maligned Texas State defense, that's a critical stop they got right there. Can get some momentum off of it.
Jackson in trouble.
I mean, I don't know what you're doing. You're calling me up during the game. I'm not doing that. I'm not going up. Hold on.
He'll let you know it.
I'll tell you what, Brad Jackson was scanning that field. There was not a wide receiver open by a long shot. Good coverage.
Play action. Jackson in trouble again. Flush to his right.
There we go.
Maybe a little skittish to throw the ball.
I'll be right back. Mom calling me up.
Because right now Brad Jackson is throwing into that wind, and we've already seen it affect, in my opinion, both sides here. So they're trying to figure this game out a little bit, and he's worried about that rush, and rightfully so, and the wind. And so many factors are coming in this game early.
Well, when you were playing in a win game and you played on defense, who doesn't favor it? It has to be the defense based off this sample.
Especially when it's gusting like it is in this stadium, because it's not like it's a consistent wind. It's nothing, and then boom, all of a sudden it gusts up, and it plays a lot of havoc on that offense.
Nunez kicking into the wind. And Knight calls for the fair catch right at the 50. So James Madison, excellent starting field position on the road on a Tuesday night, looking for their 6th straight win. There's their head coach, Bob Chesney, who's won everywhere he's been. Started at Salve Regina in 2010 in Division III, and here he is in year 2 at JMU.
The guy wins wherever he goes. It's been very impressive. But I think for the Dukes right here, you got the #1 rush offense in the Sun Belt Conference, right? 244 rush yards per game. I'm going to try to pound away at this defense a little bit with that run.
Through on the opening 3 plays of their previous drive. Barnett, quarterback keeper. He's tough to bring down at 220 pounds.
This play calling is kind of weird. Why is Wayne Knight not running the ball? Give the ball to Wayne Knight. Unless he has an injury in his bottom part of his body, I don't think he shouldn't be running as much as he is. Like, run. He has not got 1 carry. Give him the ball. Give him the ball. Okay, he got it. George Pello.
Knight the carry, nothing going.
Are we serious?
Completely stuffed, no gain. That Texas State defense has been stingy.
And they're running into a guy they might want to try to avoid. Traylon Payne had 24 tackles in the game last week.
Are we serious?
That was good enough for Sun Belt Conference Defensive Player of the Week. I don't know if I ever had 24 in a game, Jay. That's flat getting it done, man. I'm jealous. He's a good player.
Maybe at St. X High School in Cincinnati.
That's about the last time, yes.
Empty set for Barnett on a 3rd and 8. Might be forced into a pass here. Barnett throws right
Hey, there we go. There we go, DeGennaro.
who had a huge breakout game a week ago with over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Throw, AB.
A monster gain of 19 to move the chains.
It starts with great protection. Look, he had just the ability to kind of scan the field from left to right, finds DeGennaro wide open. A little hit.
Here we go, Nick.
Put the ball on the money. And you know, Coach Chesney talked to us yesterday here about the importance of starting fast. You want to break their spirits. This drive won much better here.
Ryan Nolan, the junior safety from Gainesville, Florida, stayed down after the play for Texas State. Good to see him pop up, getting attended to by the Bobcats medical personnel. Going back to the third down conversion for Barnett, that has to do wonders for his confidence. First completed pass of the night, and we've mentioned the wind, a huge factor 5 minutes into this one. Gusts up to 35 miles per hour here at San Marcos.
And especially, Jay, as he gets closer and closer to that end zone, that's where him as a run threat really starts to increase.
Had 4 rushing touchdowns last time out against Old Dominion when the JMU offense hung 63 on him. Barnett off his back foot. Inside the 10, pushing that.
There we go, Wazowski. There we go, Wazowski.
Yards after the catch, gain of 26.
And JMU does this better than most teams in college football, the screen game. What do you do when you have an aggressive defense that likes to fly, like to get upfield, like to get to the passer? You dump the screen over top of them. You use their energy and their aggression against them. And that's a great call right there. In that situation, like I said, JMU's screen game is legit.
Now they're knocking on the door. A 1st and goal inside the 5. Knight powers forward. They haven't had much success going up the gut. Texas State defending the middle real well in the trenches.
What a player, number 6
But Jordan.
in the country, all-purpose yards, rushing, receiving, punt returns. 5'7", 190 pounds. I compared him last week to Darren Sproles, just in his explosiveness.
Darren Sproles not exactly known as a goal line guy, so in comes Jordan Fuller. He's more of the bowling ball out of the backfield. Whistles, pre-snap. False start against the Dukes.
Oh, come on.
False start. Offense, number 52. 5-yard penalty. It's 2nd down.
And in an odd way, this opens up the playbook a little bit. Obviously, you want to be 5 yards closer to the end zone, but Alonzo Barnett more willing to run the ball himself, I feel like, when they're not right on the goal line.
Yeah, you're on that 1 yard line. It all gets real packed in there.
Don't you dare put Matthew Fluke in. I'm sorry. Please don't. Because they know you're going to run it.
DeGennaro up top. Taller receiver.
Getaway in motion. Barnett slings it to the end zone.
Hey, there we go. There we go, DeGennaro.
And James Madison opens the scoring.
And that was the matchup that they won. DeGennaro goes about 6'2", so down here, it's always a good idea to throw to your receivers.
Where's our blocks, though?
Jump.
They almost got to AB.
Good job here with Jaden Rios in man coverage, but a good job by DeGennaro playing that ball for the touchdown.
And what a response by the James Madison offense. Who
Let's go.
felt like they
All right,
missed an
defense,
opportunity on
respond.
their opening drive, going 3 and out at the 43-yard line. This time, they cash in. James Madison on the road, trying to make it 6 straight wins. Alonzo Barnett on the money. He's got the Dukes up 7.
is Limu Emo from Liberty Mutual, who helps save you hundreds by customizing your car insurance.
And his partner Doug is the gentleman under the security guard.
Only pay for
What you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Before you are Arby's new steak nuggets. It is a perfect piece of steak that is then cut up into nuggets. How has no one done this before?
Arby's, we have the meat.
When holiday inspiration sparks, there's only one thing to do.
It's our first holiday here, so we're keeping it simple.
Simply decorating everything.
How do you hang garland?
These will do the trick. Whether you're new to hosting or just ready for something,
Incredible.
bring your traditions to life with the Home Depot.
I got this old thing and the bill from the store where I got it. Figured you could beat it with a better deal on one of these big boys.
It doesn't work that way.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill and they'll give you a better deal.
Verizon's pricey.
No, better deal, best 5G network. Back to the TV. Does it come higher than 8K? Because I don't like to squint.
Man, take your TV and go.
Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today for a better deal.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
You don't know that?
Are you one of the millions of Americans who suffer from an upset stomach after a big meal? Try Pepto-Bismol. Unlike some products, Pepto coats and soothes your digestive system to provide fast 5-symptom relief. Stock up on Pepto today.
You're looking at Carvana's newest and proudest customer. So proud that we're teaming up to create Shack Bottle. Shack Bottle will be 100% online so customers can shop from anywhere.
That's so Shackbana.
Visit Shack Bottle or Carvana and buy your car today.
On a confrontational Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Coach, we need to talk.
What was it this time?
We gave up 24 points last Saturday.
Guys, we won.
Well, not by enough. Bring out the hot seat.
You're gonna sit in that. Cue, Billboard. I just hope your new coach is also sponsored by Dr. Pepper. Ooh. Uncue the billboard.
You know we were just kidding about all that hot seat stuff, right?
College football, it's a pepper thing.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by Ram, official sponsor of the College Football Playoff, and in part by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. Hey, we're not just football here on a Tuesday night. It's a school night. We'll give you some education here. Lyndon Baines Johnson, 36th President of the United States, and LBJ attended right here at Texas State.
I told you during the break I tried to go to the LBJ Museum. It was closed
LeBron,
until Thursday. Tried to get a little more information, but another time.
Right.
Right now, the home team Bobcats at a 7-0 hole. Lorenzo Barnett with a JMU offense, a 6-play, 50-yard drive, which resulted in a touchdown. So, Rocky, you were very impressed with the play design on the touchdown pass.
Yeah, and credit for Alonzo Barnett. He found his best route runner, Nick DeGennaro, over Jaden Rios. It's right there, and just watch the route. It's like a mini sluggo. You run the slant and then go to the go route. And he just pops and puts it in a perfect spot there. Good fancy footwork. He's got the DB to break one way, and he comes back to the outside, turns, the ball's right there.
After going 3 and out in Texas State territory, great response by the Duke's offense to convert that for the opening score. Texas State offensively needing a response. A team that has lost 3 in a row with heartbreaking
Good D. Love the D.
Bob Chesney, James Madison head coach, he goes, we can jump on them early, try and kill their spirit at home, a team that's been struggling, and I think this is a big drive for this Bobcats offense.
I'd like to see Texas State get their run game going. If nothing else, just to slow this James Madison defensive line down a little bit.
Second and 7. Jackson throws, pass is caught. So Bobcats first down, needed 7, got 7 to the tight end, Titus Lyons.
And we really would like to see, on the other hand, too, Texas State start getting Bo Sparks and Chris Don involved in this game here at some point.
There we go.
Moved into a white wall right now. Manuel Bush lost his helmet.
Big number 0, 350 pounds. His counterpart in the trenches, Terry Lockett, had the tackle. There's Bush running off.
It always, I've told you many times during our broadcast, Jay, that's a linebacker's dream right there. Having a guy who's 6'1", 350 in front of you just eating blocks up.
Second and 9. They keep it on the ground.
You see what happens when we don't have him in?
Perry ran through it. But McMullen got a
15-yard penalty. Automatic.
Bro, just fix your mic, bro.
Fistful of
Just fix
mask,
your
and it
mic.
was McMullen subbing in for Bush, who had to run off because he lost his helmet on the previous play, who commits the infraction.
He just kind of reaches out there and
That's why he's not in.
trying to make a play around the shoulders instead it gets up around the face mask.
Okay, that's not face mask.
Either way, big penalty.
That could perhaps ignite.
Oh yeah, so
Texas
these
State
refs
offense
are going to
after
help
the
out
penalty
Texas.
in
Going to help
to
out
JMU
JMU
territory.
because Texas State's going to pack full. Yeah, sure. That's what it is. That's what Texas State fans are going to say.
We don't want to keep repeating ourselves. The wind definitely a factor. Up to 35 miles per hour. Maybe you don't want to take a shot going into the wind. You go with the conservative run, but only a gain of 1. Play action. Jackson dialing up a shot and a miscommunication there. Not on the same page with his wide receiver, Chris John Jr.
And Chris John, he's more the vertical guy. Bo Sparks is the in space,
come on.
juke around,
Get
find
him
the
out.
open
Get
stuff
him out of here.
underneath. Chris John is the guy. He's a 10, 400-meter guy. He's the one that stretches the field.
Interesting enough, Sparks has not even been targeted tonight. He's at the bottom of your screen, number 11 in black. Elijah Culp has had his number most of the night. There he is, first catch of the night.
There we go.
Defended well. Only a gain of 3, and that brings up 4th down. What do you do here?
Oh, I think, first of all, it's a good idea just to finally get Sparks involved in this game. I would punt this football right now and pin him back.
Hey, don't punt, it's fine.
Playing decent, but looks like they're going to see this as an opportunity to go here. I think the factor of the going into the wind would be the biggest reason I punt, but here they go.
4th and a long 6. Empty set for Jackson. Play clock down to 3. JMU sends forward Jackson. Throws a quick hitter. But
No, sir. No, sir.
Kevin Anderson bottled up by Trent.
No, sir.
And that is a turnover on downs.
Yeah, 4th and 6 in that area of the field, you're throwing into the wind. I would have punted that football, as I stated. I think there was a little desperation on the part of Texas State going for it right there.
So once again, James Madison, they'll have their 3rd straight drive with favorable field position, up 7.
Hey. Discover the movie that's being called the best film of the year. Spring State, Deliver Me From Nowhere, rated PG-13.
Dad is a legend. Who can we thank for that? There were generations of dads who passed down their legacies. Discover who they were and how they led to you with an Ancestry Family History membership. See your roots and where those stories came from with an Ancestry DNA kit. Put them together and there you are. Get started today at Ancestry.
Welcome to Ashley's Black Friday mattress event. Get a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases designed to elevate your comfort and sleep experience. Plus, you can snooze now and pay later with 0% interest for 72 months. Ashley's Black Friday mattress event. Don't miss it.
Oh, Sally, not again.
All right. Calling a touchdown right here. Wayne Knight. Wayne Knight's going to get that TD.
Sloan & Shielding Alarm System seamlessly automates and manages your home. Professionally installed and maintained. Control your lights, TVs, thermostats, and much
Either
more.
going to be Wayne
All
Knight
from a
or a
single convenient
growth
app.
Eli Ellis. No. Landon Ellis. What do I keep saying?
And the winner's clear.
Landon
7 out
Ellis
of
for a
10
touchdown.
cats prefer Blue Tasteful's chicken to
Or
Heinz chicken.
DeGenero.
And with Tasteful's delicious natural ingredients, it's easy to see why. Blue Tasteful's, a taste cats
Many
love
of you guys.
made
We
with
got
natural
Jalen
ingredients.
Sanchez, Jordan Fuller, Jordan Petaway, Joe Smell. Not Bush, I don't think he should get the game right now. Ellis Barnett. You want to take heading up to them guys. And defense, Elijah Culp. Then you got Emmanuel Bush. Then you got all these boys like DJ Barksdale.
Want to drive? Come on, man.
Get out of here.
Your entertainment the way you want it. With Spectrum TV, all these streaming apps are included at no extra cost. So you can watch anything.
Can't watch anything.
Movies.
I've got this
condition where I don't feel pain.
You're a superhero.
Series.
Another murder in the building.
Sports. Reality. News.
Here's a look at today's top story.
Exclusive.
Go!
College football primetime presented by Ramtruck.
Let's go.
Rocky Boyman, Jay Alter with you. Kicking off week
Let's
10
go.
of the college football season with a Sun Belt showdown. James Madison, a 7-0 lead with the ball, and a very confident Alonzo Barnett playing arguably the best football of his career in the last couple of games.
Yeah, he's healthy. He looks confident. Looks in total command of this offense.
You would never know he tore an ACL late in the year. He is rehabbed brilliantly, back at his best. Right on cue, finds Wayne Knight.
Okay, Wayne.
He's got plenty of speed. Check out the wheels. Wayne Knight.
What did I say? I said Wayne Knight was going to score a touchdown, but he just got a freaking like 45-yard play. What did I say? But he didn't get a touchdown, but I said, you know, I had a feeling. I said I had a feeling Wayne Knight was going to do something. Look what he did. He said a 45. He said a 45-yarder. He just had a 45-yarder.
He saw how wide open he was. You see the speed
Oh, Wayne.
Wayne Knight has.
There go Wayne.
He's number 6 in the country.
There go Wayne. Why is Jordan in, bro? I want to see Wayne Knight get a touchdown.
All-purpose yards on the
I'll take it,
season.
though. I'll take anything.
Set up the Dukes for a first and goal.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
James Madison.
Yeah!
Quick strike
Disco top.
offense. In just 2 plays,
bad.
JMU goes 65 yards for the score.
And Joe, the minimum you have to have on
All right.
offense, you gotta have
I was
an
right.
edge.
That was going to be a
You
rushing
gotta
touchdown.
form an edge on defense. And Fuller goes off to the left side there. There's no end. There's no linebacker caving down. It's the easiest touchdown he's ever scored.
Well, Jordan Fuller. Go. Go.
This has been the Achilles heel for Texas State defensively all season. They play well, but not consistently, and in just 49 seconds, JMU gets a touchdown.
You've got to be fundamentally sound. This is just a counter play. They're wrapping the H all the way around. There should be someone there to box that ball in, and someone come right off his backside and be there for the tackle. There's no way there. Again, they create a lot of havoc plays. They're attacking all this and that, but some of the fundamental things defensively, they're not getting done, which has kind of been their issue this year.
And those inconsistencies for Texas State, that's what's shown up in the fourth quarter of the last 3 games, which has turned a win into a loss. Now it's showing up in the first quarter against a James Madison team that is going to make you pay.
Yeah, because they are a fundamentally sound group that does the right thing, and they know where the weaknesses are. And if you have a guy that's out of a gap or a guy that's supposed to hold the edge, but he doesn't, they're going to find it. They're a well-coached, really, really good football team, and you just can't come out here and start this game like this.
Hey.
James Madison with all the momentum. They've had the wind behind him for the opening 10 minutes. Texas State's going to run this out from deep in their own end zone. Jalen Jenkins. Gets past the 20.
Yes, sir.
But took it an extra 8 yards out of the end zone. As we remind you, Saturday, week 10 of the college football season, SEC on ABC. How about Vandy getting things started at Texas? Story of the college football season, the Commodores, unbelievable. Georgia, Florida, and then Oklahoma, Tennessee. Your nightcap, the SEC, all day on ABC.
We had Vanderbilt, about a month ago against Georgia State. And
Diego Pavia is the real deal.
They were trying to break the scoreboard that night.
He's got that defense believing.
70, I think.
We said it then. Vanderbilt, you take the name off the jersey, they look like a college football playoff team.
They do. They look like an SEC football team that is there for business.
Texas State trying to get this drive going on the ground.
There we go, Elijah.
But you see James Madison, why they're a good unit. Around that play right there, they got the proper leverage. The guys are filling, they're coming down. They just spill that thing out to the sideline. Someone's there to clean it up.
Just playing with so much confidence, too.
Come on, bro. Don't let him run through you like that. You got to stop it. You got to stop it. Come on.
The sophomore from Las Vegas transferred in from UNLV. 1st and 10. Bobcats going with tempo, right back to Burrell. A third straight player, this time, no gain.
Texas State really leaning on their run game and how well they throw the ball. You forget that they're the number 2 rush offense in the Sun Belt Conference, averaging 231 rush yards per game. They're leaning on it here.
Jackson looking to the air. No, he'll tuck and run. And he slides right at the first down marker. It's another Texas State first down.
What are we doing?
Thanks to their shifty redshirt freshman
Shifty.
Jackson's
He's not shifty.
It's kind of what put him on the map last year. And last year they had a game against Louisiana. They wound up losing. Quarterback gets hurt. So next week against ULM, they put Jackson in the lineup. He ran for 119 yards, 2 touchdowns. That was kind of his first kind of welcome to college football moment, and he's really taken it from there.
So the wins and losses don't reflect how well Jackson has played this season. Classic dual threat, and I think the misconception, Rocky, is the scouting report. He's just a runner. G.J. Kinney was telling us he knows he's got a more than capable arm.
Well, that was the thing in the offseason. They had a quarterback battle going on. People saw that ULM game last year and said, oh, yeah, he's just a running quarterback. And G.J. Kinney said, no, I knew all along. This guy was maybe our best quarterback on our roster last year. He's really thriving here this season.
Desperate for points already in a touchdown.
You don't get nowhere, son.
No, sir. No, sir.
Sets up a third and manageable here.
Get upstairs, please. Get upstairs, please. Get upstairs, please. Thank you.
3rd and 4. Jackson, quarterback keeper the whole way.
Down. He was down. He's down.
This will be real close.
He's down. Yep. Short.
See the spot is. This will be short.
Short.
4th and a yard.
Oh, he's good.
Oh, God.
We're going for it here.
No hesitation.
Yeah!
Woo!
Yeah!
Woo!
Good luck charm.
Woo!
Eli's my good luck charm. What's happening with Zeke upstairs?
Number 6.
Dude, if he would have somehow said false start defense, I would have probably started swinging at the TV.
For Texas
right?
State, a false start. The game would have been a 4th down conversion.
Yeah, top of the
All right, they're definitely playing.
The guard just moves, and you're trying to get up to the line and get a playoff, and now it's 4th and 5. There's no way you can go for this right here. This is
You ain't
absolutely
going.
the right decision.
You ain't going for that.
I feel that Texas State was just trying to keep it drive together until they could maybe get the wind at their back. But
no, sir.
nevertheless, they're going to play.
No, sir.
They have to punt into
No,
the
sir.
wind.
Don't you dare go for it. That's what I thought.
Nunez. That ball just
All right, Wayne.
Woo! It was not bad. It was good. You see that? It was not bad, but it's okay because Wayne Black's number 3.
Oh, my bad.
James Madison been very impressive after they went 3 and out on their opening drive. Back-to-back touchdown drives for an Alonzo Barnett offense. It's in a great rhythm.
really good rhythm. And Barnett, what can you say about him? He's a guy that was beat out for the position, go back a year, and then he came on and he was playing well. Then he got injured, and then he comes to camp and he's not quite healthy. And he's got being a quarterback
14-0, Jack. 14-0. JMU.
You already know. The whole way is just produced, and now he's in a great spot.
Little trickery here. Back to Barnett. Steps up, throws. It's intercepted. Texas State takes over. They were not fooled on the reverse.
Get upstairs.
Lit!
Oh, get upstairs.
Not bad luck.
Jaden Rios.
Look at her.
Steps right in front of that Barnett Bullets.
Yeah, because they're trash. They're throwing trash because they're trash.
For a little razzle-dazzle.
Why would he
And
throw
Jay
the
Reed just absolutely close
what are we doing?
on this football. He knew that Barnett was trying to find
Review it.
Landon Ellis. He just stepped right in front of that thing.
What are we doing? How are we letting frickin' Texas State intercept? We're going to the Pac-12. What are we doing?
So bad to make them work, and sometimes that thing ain't there.
Number 8 sucks anyway.
Instead, it's a critical error.
What a swing of momentum here for the
Swing of momentum. We're up
Texas
14.
State down
Where's the swing?
They get the ball back. The 24-yard line. Going for the end zone.
Nope.
Jackson
Quarterback sucks.
Maybe trying to overcompensate for that wind in
Quarterback
his face.
sucks.
Overshoots Kriston Jr.
This is definitely tough on
That's
the
why
quarterback. You got the
they
wind
rank
right in your
sucks.
face, and
Yeah, I just stopped
you're
walking.
going to take a little off and put a little extra on it and put a little too much on it, trying to throw into that wind and just out of the reach. Kriston.
You like taking the shot there?
I do like taking
Nah,
the
he's
shot.
throwing picks.
Empty set on a 2nd and 10. 40 seconds left of the quarter.
Especially versus Texas State.
This is caught.
Not
Right
versus
back
Texas
to
State.
Dawn.
Texas State sucks. How are we throwing picks versus Texas State? Anyways, third down. Third down, we're winning by 14. It's okay. 14-0. 14-0. But they are on our side of the field at the 21-yard line. 21. 21.
Just when JMU looked like he was getting ready to go on a drive and try to close this.
They're just going to go in the second quarter like a bunch of
And Texas State elects to not
6 ovens.
use another play here at the end of the first quarter. They're done going into that win.
It's 3rd and
It's been
7.
unforgiving in this first quarter. Gusts up to 35 miles per hour. So they will have the wind with them to start the second quarter.
I'll take 14-0 at the end of the first quarter.
James Madison, they've come in and they've thrown the first punch. A 14-0 lead on the road.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. With a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Compliments of the chef. Oh? He was so glad that he had emergency roadside service with Geico. And since they served his bacon, he presented to you bacon tart flambe.
No one said that.
Mate,
So you lie all the time,
special
that's how I
treatment.
know.
I'm just happy that he's happy. You're too humble, Mr. Geico. Which is why we also present to you. And I don't need special treatment. Run-of-the-mill grilled cheese.
Oh, now we're talking.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Get more savings in service. Get more with Geico.
Meet Ron. Ron eats, sleeps, and breathes hoops.
What does Ron do?
And there's not a no-look pass, double-double, or buzzer beater he won't wax poetic on, ad nauseum. But oh, how he can nail a software solution like the best high-screen pick-and-roll
Rate
you've
the
ever
cut.
seen.
Oh.
You need Ron. Ron needs a
Bro, I
retirement
bet I'm gonna
plan.
get flames
Work
on
with
my phone.
Principal so we can help you help Ron with a retirement benefits plan that's right for him. Let our expertise round out yours.
Steve. John, they say with Lavazza, you'll become a maestro. Yeah, maestro of coffee. So it has nothing to do with music. It doesn't. Just coffee. Coffee. Shall I go again? Please don't.
Enjoy the pleasure of a masterfully crafted coffee and feel like an Italian barista at home.
Just don't do my coffee.
Discover Lavazza blends now.
I need that one. That is my G flat.
Paradise doesn't always have palm trees. Corona. La Playa awaits.
La Playa awaits.
Flu keeping you up?
I got this.
Royal.
I don't got this.
You need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Knock out your flu symptoms with NyQuil Intense Flu. You do got this. NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu. Medicine.
Hey guys, Viagra is not your only option. Rose Sparks act fast and stay active longer. They aren't pills. Sparks dissolve under your tongue to reach your bloodstream for speedy results. Sildenafil starts things off strong, and tadalafil stays in your system for longer. More confidence, more control. Rose Sparks. Connect with a provider at ro.co/sparks.
One day, a tiny little hand reached out and wrapped around your finger. Now, they have you wrapped around theirs. Pulled towards a new adventure, reassured with a squeeze. Soon, those little hands won't be so little anymore. Until then, let's escape together, hand in hand, on a Disney cruise.
Disney cruise.
Sorry about that. We'd like to try the monster menu.
The monster menu at BK is frightfully fun for families of all kinds.
Monday Night Football. Cardinals Cowboys at 8 on ABC and ESPN.
ESPN too.
Start of the second quarter, and we have a massive moment in this
Massive.
game. College football primetime presented
Dragging the meme.
by Ramtruck. Texas State
Oh, that's not
trailing
funny.
by 2 touchdowns. Bobcats have a 3rd and 7 trying to
Bro,
cash
get
in
your
after an
lousy,
interception.
yellow, no for good.
I'm Brad Jackson. I'm fanning Bo Sparks. There is a slot at the top.
Jackson looking that way, in trouble. Nobody open. Trying to pick it up with his feet. He slid right at the line of game. And that is a first down.
It's just all this quarterback does is run. All the quarterback does is run.
Moves the chains. Big pickup.
All, I mean, just freaking. The quarterback is a better runner. Is that not an illegal pass? That's an illegal freaking forward pass. That's an illegal forward pass.
I don't know if Jackson knew he was going to throw that ball when he left his feet, and it's a touchdown.
Is that not an illegal forward pass?
JMU's defense thought this was a run all the way. They're going to get up the line, and Brad Jackson's going to run it.
I can't review that.
And he does a great job selling the block. As soon as the corner comes up, trying to tackle the run, clops it over.
These refs are actually, I'm not going to say the word.
Back in this game.
The home team.
You like it upstairs because they scored a touchdown.
JMU up 2 touchdowns. The Dukes get the ball back. They go for a trick play on first down. It results in an interception. Texas State takes over, converts to 3rd down, and then Jackson finds Anderson, and just like that, the lead cut in
Dante,
half.
are we doing?
Guys, got hair loss? I know what you're thinking. Should I shave my head? Comb it over? Wear a hat? Just stop. This isn't 1970. Keep your hair and your confidence because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration experts, can give you your real hair back permanently. Check them out because they're giving away an absolutely free consultation and a free gift card to everyone who scans this QR code. Dude, you don't have to look like your dad because this isn't your dad's hair loss treatment. People all over the country trust Bosley because they're ahead of the curve. They use the latest technology to give you your real hair back. And the best part, Bosley's permanent solution is protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Let them show you for free how awesome your hair could look with an absolutely free consultation and a gift card for $250 off.
Scan the QR code. Don't wait. Scan the code now and ask about the Bosley Guarantee. Wild clashes in the ACC and Big 12. Miami continues their playoff push against SMU, and Cincinnati faces Utah in a top 25 showdown. Saturday on ESPN.
Back when all these great roads were built, some turned out straight as an arrow, others long and winding. Loaded up on switchbacks, hairpins, and breathtaking views, it's almost as if everyone knew we were coming. The X3, X5, and X7, proudly assembled in South Carolina at BMW's largest plant worldwide. Lease the BMW X3 for $569 per month and receive loyalty credit up to $1,000.
This time of year, it's all or nothing. And your Toyota dealer has all you need to pull you through the rain, snow, and mud that's headed our way, including more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else. Like the adventurous Toyota RAV4. It's been America's best-selling SUV for the past 8 years. Now with 4.75 APR financing. Or lease a new 25 RAV4 from just $309 a month. Get all you need at your Toyota dealer now. Toyota, let's go places.
So, big touchdown for the home team, Texas State. The Bobcats desperate for their first conference win of the season, going against a James Madison team that's at the top of the Sun Belt. They're trailing 14-0. And their redshirt freshman quarterback, Brad Jackson, delivered some magic on that drive.
Even though it was an illegal forward pass, but I'm fine with that, honestly. I can care less.
Rocky to go back to that last drive, and Jackson really got it going with his feet, and that ultimately led to the touchdown.
Yeah, JMU's defense saying the only thing this offense has done to hurt us is Brad Jackson.
Literally the only thing the quarterback does is run.
Right before that touchdown, he had a 7-yard run, so I think the corner says, heck with this, I'm going to put up with this anymore. He comes flying up to take away that run to the edge, and Jackson just pops it right over his head for the touchdown.
Now, you played 8 years in the NFL on defense. I can't imagine anything more frustrating than a quarterback running all over you.
It's the worst. I think JMU at some point might have to spy him to take
Here we go, Zoe.
And here's another mobile quarterback, Alonzo Barnett. I told you we've got 2 dual-threat quarterbacks tonight, and both have showed their running ability. Barnett takes that for 15.
Whereas mentioned he had the 4 rushing touchdowns last week, but you see the speed, the explosion is back for Barnett, and
there we go, Zoe.
idea on first down there to run. Remember, they are going into the wind right now here as they start this second quarter.
And when you have a quarterback that starts running on you, it opens up the pass. We saw that on the previous possession by Jackson. Barnett so good using that as a weapon as well.
Oh, man, please be careful. I wouldn't do that, man, because you could fumble.
I still like, for JMU, still like that screen game against this aggressive defense that likes to fly, that like to get upfield, like to come downhill.
Barnett surveys. In trouble.
What are we doing, man? So
Texas
stupid.
Big time sack. Kennard Snyder, the transfer from Iowa State, delivers.
Gosh, bro.
JMU went hurry up.